Feeding America's hungry is no easy task during this time of disease and surging unemployment. Jill Schlesinger is watching our food banks rise to the challenge.
From the streets of Southern California,
the line for food was so long there was a huge traffic jam,
to the sidewalks of Maine.
We've got sandwiches.
The financial fallout from the pandemic crisis is triggering a hunger crisis.
Sort of an all-hands-on-deck situation right now.
Food banks are struggling to find new ways to help record numbers of Americans who are out of work. Tell us about the types of people who are coming through the doors here at the food bank.
Within the past month, we have seen an absolute uptick of people that are now furloughed or unemployed. So that's a newer face that we're seeing at the food bank.
Dr. Jessica Rosati is Chief Programs Officer at Long Island Cares in New York, where they distribute food bag by bag, as well as delivery by delivery to seniors and others in need who can't leave their homes.
In March alone, we distributed over 1 million pounds of food.
And what was the prior month in terms of pounds of food?
Maybe 600,000.
According to Feeding America, the nation's largest hunger relief organization, before the virus outbreak, there were already 37 million people nationwide who didn't have enough to eat. That's expected to grow by an additional 17 million, an increase of 46%. At the Trinity Jubilee Center in Lewiston, Maine,
You want a soup?
they try to make sure every meal they hand out includes something hot.
This is yours and Danny.
We're seeing folks who we can tell have never had to ask for food before. And second of all, people who were already struggling.
Thank you, Jay.
Like single parents, parents working low-wage jobs, elderly people, disabled people. They used to be able to get food from different places in the community, and a lot of those soup kitchens and food pantries have shut down, so people are relying on us for even more food than before.
Trinity Jubilee Center.
Erin Reed is the executive director at the center. Donations are down as local colleges have closed
Thank you.
and supermarkets have less surplus food.
We've spent more on food in the past month than we have in the past 6 months combined.
Down the street at the St. Mary's Nutrition Center, they were busy pre-packing bags of food. Social distancing means that recipients are no longer allowed inside to choose what they want.
People are doing a lot, but it still never quite seems like enough.
The crisis has touched everyone who works here, like Feaston Mobalama.
My mother, she got laid off from work, and a lot of my friends, they got laid off from work. It's been hard.
Across the country, in Southern California's Orange County, the Second Harvest Food Bank has started a drive-through service on Saturdays.
The first day was unbelievable. We literally got crushed. The surge of cars coming to the Honda Center, which is where we have our distribution, was something I've never seen before.
The CEO of Second Harvest, Harold Herman, says they've overhauled their procedures to ensure they're not spreading the virus.
The rest of you split up.
They had to reduce the number of people working in their warehouses.
We've relied on volunteers for 37 years, and we have as many as 26,000 of them come through our doors on an annual basis. But overnight had to basically turn that tap of resources off and figure out a way to work the food ourselves to be able to harden our defense.
In place of volunteers, they've hired 120 people who have recently lost their jobs. Like musician Tim Gill.
The industry evaporated. Concert tours canceled, studio dates canceled. Within the span of just a few days, it went from a full calendar of work to nothing at all.
Along with a paycheck comes a box of food.
We just have so much less income that we need this basic assistance, and it's invaluable to know that we have these resources, that we're not going to be going hungry.
Feeding America says 95% of food banks in the country are seeing higher demand and higher expenses. Over the next 6 months, it will take an estimated $1.5 billion, or 30% more money than they've been spending, to meet that need.
This food bank cannot close. There are hundreds of thousands of people right now counting on us, and it's not just the food, it's that little bit of hope that comes with that box as well. That normalcy, that someone actually is out there looking out for you during a time that has a lot of people really uncertain.
This portion of Sunday Morning is sponsored by CFP Professionals for your confident business plan.